G'day guys, welcome to another video. Oh, I said I wasn't going to wear my hat backwards anymore because it makes my forehead look big. But we do have our friends here from GK Tech. They are doing some super secret business on the 370Z right now. But when they finish that, I'm going to show you guys, unfortunately, what I finally did with the prototype knuckles. And it turns out I've got like one of the very first sets they've done, and based on all the things, all the feedback I'd given them, that's how they've redone the new knuckles. So be able to show you guys a bit of a comparison. I won't be able to show you like the OG original prototypes that GK Tech did because I cut them up. But you'll be able to see that my input going forward with the 370Z was able to help them develop the product, which feels pretty rad, man. Like for me as a driver, being able to have input into, you know, a lock kit and get things to a point where, you know, you guys on the other end as a consumer get like a sick product. I think that's pretty rad, and like for the price you're paying, it's a sick lock kit. Day 2 and the GK Tech guys still doing secret squirrels. What are we doing? Things?
Replacing the bolt for the diff brace.
We're replacing my dodginess.
Seems to have gone missing.
Oh, yeah, I did notice that a while ago. I forgot to replace that.
So there's a couple other things, but some nice and tight axle bolts here.
My axle's loose? Oh, that's just dynamic traction control. That's are they all loose?
I think so.
Oh, lucky, yeah, whoops. And the main thing is we're replacing the knuckles with the latest generation, I guess. Latest generation, is that right? That's you can just say yes in the background like a doctor.
No, that's right.
So these are latest generation. Wait, quickly tell me what we did. Or what I told you and then you guys did.
Yeah, so the biggest difference is there's a couple of little changes just for better clearance and all that sort of stuff.
Judging off what I cut out?
Yeah, well, a few other things as well, just so the whole bracket fits a little bit better. And then, yeah, probably the biggest thing that Luke's told us is the clearance here, which, if you have a look at the lovely, masterful cutting with the angle grinder.
Hey, it's essentially the same thing. So
you get
where's
more
that?
clearance, so then that's the prettier version that's all cleaned up for more clearance.
Oh wait, that's the wrong side.
Wow, yeah, different side.
With this side. So still more clearance on my model, but my model is sketchy. So I've been testing this knuckle for a fair while, huh?
6 months, a year, probably a year.
So you probably got at least 100 events on this knuckle, and I'd cut all the meat out of it. That basically made it strong.
Yeah, in that version, yeah. This one.
I cut like everything out of this. And I finally bent it like perfect timing a couple days before you guys came up.
Yeah, really perfect timing.
But I think it's a fair testament that how strong these are. I did hit a BMW hard enough to, wreck my work wheel. So big crack in the work wheel. So not China, work emotions. And I hurt my wrist as well. Like it was a pretty solid freaking hit. Didn't bend a tie rod. The rack seems to be fine. But yeah, like the way I hit him, it put all the force straight on this knuckle because I sort of bombed in on him and yeah, sort of hit him while I was really hard on the brakes at the same time. Just going a little bit too, bit too silly. So yeah, we'll get these new ones in and we'll see if I have to clearance these ones. But no, I think it's going to be fine. But who knows? I want to clearance. I want to test this stuff to the max and do silly things like you guys would do, like cut them up and see if they'll still last. And you know, that's real world stuff, and it's what us drifters do. So you know, always pushing for that a little bit better, a little bit more lock, clearance this, clearance that. I even mentioned clearancing some of the original knuckle, and he wasn't too fond of that idea. Apparently, you know, grinding some of the original knuckle away, which is part of the upright, is not a great idea. I think it'd be fine, but I'm not an engineer either. But I'll let these guys do their work and we'll get on to our own stuff. Down here at my friend's House of Wraps. So I'm actually here today doing my own PPF via the friends, the homies at Bushwrapz. So basically Bushwrapz is a pre-cut PPF for your full drive. They do it in various different grades, like stuff that'll last a couple of years, some that'll last longer. Basically the idea behind it is it's pretty affordable, and the idea is if you're going to do the Cape or any hardcore trip, you can go ahead and grab some of this, put it on your car yourself, and in a year's time peel it off and your car's still like brand new underneath. You know, the obvious price differences are pretty wild. I think this kit I've got is about $800, and then it's essentially a DIY. And then obviously if you're keeping the car long term and you know you want to protect the car long term, obviously PPF's the go, but then you're talking sort of 6,000 plus. So this is sort of a in-between option for someone that might not go bush as often, and yeah, essentially just doing a cheaper way, I guess. So you're the expert though. Have you even seen this stuff before?
Yeah, we see it every now and then. We don't do a whole bunch of it. Normally we lay our own PPF and cut it all individually, but
well, that's what I was just saying then, as far as a cheap, you know, alternative to head bush, you know, for a short time, like you could literally chuck this on and just do a Cape trip and come back and rip it off, and it's kind of cost effective.
Yeah, absolutely.
Versus the full-blown PPF, which is way better long term.
Yes.
But this is like perfect for its intended purpose.
Yeah, so this is more of the way I describe it is it's more of a brush up against sort of thing, where when we PPF we get into all the areas and absolutely cover
nothing,
all of the
no paint will get scratched.
This is just more like a protective from scratches and things like that, rather than from sun damage.
Yeah. So yeah, that's essentially a better way of explaining it. That's what we're after. So this will cover the painted surfaces right up to the edges. Won't cover my flares. I think it goes up to sort of here on my doors. You know, it protects most of the like important areas, I guess. We'll have a dip at doing it. Let these boys yell at me when I'm doing the wrong thing, which you're looking forward to.
See how it goes, eh?
So they're all marked out. Passenger fender, driver's fender. I think everything is literally marked. So that's super good. Makes it way easier for a complete noob like myself. I tried wrapping something once, not good at it. So hopefully this works better than that. All right, so what we're gonna go ahead and do is a panel at a time. And what I've done is, been told to do, is Claybar it first. Why are we Claybarring it first?
So if you look here, you can see you get a whole bunch of build-up of like tars and grease and grime and dirt. So what a Claybar does is essentially it's a super fine sand. You just go over the whole car with that and it will get off all the debris, so it's nice and flat and you don't see any little imperfections underneath it.
And they're the oils and stuff that'll stop it from sticking? Is that sort of
yeah, it gets off basically sort of everything that's stuck to it, and we go over with our mixtures and cleaners and get it clean and put it on.
Yep. So we've gone and mixed up the solution from the Bushwrapz guys. They give you this slip PPF install solution. So add a couple drops to water and then spray it on. Hopefully potentially do a thing. All right. Just did my first panel by myself. Going to attempt to do a door in a sec, and I'll put the camera on for that one. It's reasonably easy. Always good. I just came here because it's good to get pointers from professionals. Not everyone has access to that, but admittedly, I haven't watched the Bushwrapz how-to either, which I should have watched that before doing it. But again, I'm surrounded by professionals, so I'm feeling good about getting the rest on. I'm going to give this door a shot now. First, I'm going to Claybar, and then get on to PPFing the door. All right, so I'm definitely getting yelled at. Didn't clean it good enough. It was a quiet yell, but I got the idea. So it's not freaking clean enough. But obviously, cleaning it underneath, guys, take your time, do it properly. Don't be like me. All right, it's another quarter panel done. I don't know if you can 100% tell on the camera, but there's way more gloss on the wrap stuff than on the actual paint. So probably something that's a little bonus with the wrap. If you can tell on this side, there's definitely more shine on the clear, which is rad. More juice, more lube, more lube. All right, guys, officially onto my last door panel. I want to show you how quick. The doors are super fast to do, and I can punch out the doors pretty quick, pretty much on my own. You need a second person to help lift it into place. But then as far as getting it on, super easy, guys. Yeah, super pumped, eh? It's so easy. It's actually really easy. I probably definitely didn't need to come to a wrap shop, but it's cool to have the boys here to point at me and still laugh at me when I'm doing things wrong. All right, so we have done the car, pumped on the car so far. I think we've got a bit extra, so we're going to probably do some extra bits. So probably do this bit here and these edges here, because you can see I've already got a stone chip right there. So I wish I had it sooner. I have a bonnet protector already coming, so I'm not fussed on the bonnet. And then I want to wrap the flares. We'll see what we do. We may get some of the thicker stuff to do the flares. We'll see what happens. But we're going to do a little testy first to see what the healing qualities are like on this wrap, just as like a show you guys, I guess.
It's not even marking it.
That's like a heavy brush too, and it's not even marking it. It's not doing anything. Oh, that didn't work.
Yeah. Might get a steel brush to do it.
Steel brush. So that's heavy too. Like that's
as heavy as
that's you don't ever want to touch your paint.
No, definitely not.
It'll destroy your paint, and it hasn't even marked that. You happy with that?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Decent stuff.
So what have you used? Screwdriver,
So we're down
Torx
to a
bit?
Torx bit to get it
scratch?
scratching. But we've got some scratches in there.
Oh,
But I'll just show you.
barely. Like,
So now with a bit of heat, these should disappear.
the scratches aren't even deep enough to see with the camera. You'll have to take our word for it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty impressed with that. It's decent. Very decent.
Very decent. So, should stand up to me, hopefully. Well, what do you reckon? Should we get thicker stuff to do the flares, or?
It's completely up to you. We can definitely source that for you, or yeah, we can stick with the offcuts that you've got here.
All right. So I'm learning more things. We're going to start wrapping the front.
Yep.
So did you just make the shape? Obviously, put that on there, get the shape, and
Yeah, so that's
and then you
just
cut.
This is a big masking tape, basically. You just lay that over the front of your bumper and use the pen to make the shape and
just cut from there.
hand cut it.
It all just has to be sort of close, doesn't it, really?
That's it.
Yeah, sick. All right, I got the front two bits knocked out pretty much all on my own. I'm happy with that, and overall stoked with the Bushwrapz, like start to finish. Really cool, went on super well. I don't even know if the camera will pick it up, where there's just a little line there where you can see where the clear stops. I'm very, very happy with it. I've got enough to do the tailgate, so I'm probably going to do the tailgate and a few more bits on the front and look at doing the flares as well. But the time has run out here today. Gotta get home to the kids. All right, I'm home now, guys. Another package came in, had some time with the kids, and then fitted it. Didn't film it, but we have a bonnet protector as well. So overall, the Raptor is super protected now, and I actually really dig the look of the black bonnet. I dig the look of the black bonnet protector is what I was saying there, guys. Unfortunately, I'm having problems with the GoPro going flat, and I'm actually editing at the moment. But yeah, super pumped. I think the Raptor is now obviously super well protected between the bonnet protector and all the Bushwrapz stuff. And yeah, I'm really pumped on that car now. We can just cruise it around, not be stressed on scratching it anywhere, which I'm friggin' happy about. Something I really should have done on the old car, but unfortunately I didn't. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up there, guys. Thanks heaps for watching. Check out Bushwrapz. Look at getting some for yourself, because honestly, that would not be a bad idea at all, even for a drift car. Because when we scratched it, we could not get it like to even scratch, and that was like a super hard bristle brush. And then we even scratched it with a screwdriver, and it barely even marked. And then as soon as it got heat, it healed itself. Like, it's pretty crazy stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Peace out. I'll see you in the next one.